Without even graphing a parabola, I can tell whether or not the parabola has a min or max value by determining whether the parabola opens upwards or downwards. And to do that, I'm going to look at the a value of my parabola. If that a value is positive, which it is in this case, that means my parabola opens upwards, like so. If my a value was negative, that would mean I have a downwards opening parabola that would look more like that. Okay, so knowing that my parabola opens downwards, what that tells me is I can see the vertex right there actually represents a minimum value. There's a low point to this parabola. If the a value was negative, it would be flipped and it'd have a maximum value. So now that I know it has a minimum value just by looking at the equation, let's go ahead and find it. I could find that using my graphing calculator. I can find the minimum or maximum. If you need to see how to do that, go ahead and watch my other video about graphing a parabola in standard form. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and do this one by hand just to show you that process. So, to find your minimum value by hand, start with that formula x equals the opposite of b over 2a. This will work if your parabola is in standard form. If it's in a different form, we can find the vertex a different way. So, we found out what a was, b is your coefficient of x, and then c is your constant. So if I plug in my values, the opposite of b would be positive 18. Divided by 2 times 3, so that's 18 divided by 6, or 3. So 3 is going to be the x value of my vertex. To find your y then, let's go ahead and plug that 3 value in for x in our original equation. So I've got 3 times 3 squared, remember to do order of operations first, minus 18 times 3, and then plus 20. Once I evaluate that, and again follow order of operations, or if you want to just type that all in at once as long as you're careful with parentheses, you should come up with a y value of negative 7. So negative 3, or 3 negative 7 is going to be my vertex. Now here's where we want to be a little careful, I guess, in how we give our answer. If they ask for the vertex, then that's what I want to give. I want to give the 2 coordinates. But because they've only asked for the minimum or the maximum value, technically all that means is just the y value. So if they ever ask for just min or max, just go ahead and give them the y value, or write down your vertex, but just circle the y value, because that's really all we want for this.